coming back to you. I keep coming back to you.
Hello, Internet world. Welcome to another episode of TV Nerds. I'm your host, Esoteric Child, here with Gabe Stomach. How's your week been, man?
Pretty good. It was a relaxing week after Easter. I think everyone was recovering from food.
True that.
I know my Easter we went to two places for food. It was a lot.
Two different houses?
It was a lot. It was a lot of food. A lot of drinking. It was a good time.
Hey, don't die on me now.
I think I even went out that night too. Yeah, I ended up going to a bar. It turned up. It's a good Easter. Overall good. How was your Easter?
Easter was good. Went to my brother's house. You know, he wanted to host the Easter celebration. Usually, most major holidays are usually celebrated at my mom's house. But you know, my brother being out here, he was like, hey, you know. And plus, my brother's gonna be on the road. He's a truck driver, so like Monday he started going on the road. So he was just like, hey, you know, I just have the whole family just come to my house and everything. So he did most of the cooking. Him and his wife did most of the cooking. He's obsessed. I don't know what it is about guys when they get a grill. I think I might get this when I get a grill, but he's obsessed with using his grill.
You have to.
Now, so most of the stuff was barbecue. Ribs. He put wings on the grill as well. So that was also fire too. My pops brought the fryer, so we had some fried fish, stuff like that. Pretty good day. Saw some relatives I ain't seen in a while. Saw a lot of cousins, stuff like that. So
you had a big turnout then for a bit, a lot of family pull up.
It was a few family members from my side of the family and from my brother's wife's side of the family as well. So it was a good, decent turnout.
That's good.
So wasn't too big, wasn't too small. For sure.
Yeah, that's good. Mine was just 4 people.
Hey, what's that scripture say? When two or more, or two or whatever are come together in my name, I'm satisfied. Since that's supposed to be when Jesus risen.
Yeah, it was.
Depending on what your religious beliefs are.
I think it was 5 of us. Yeah, I think it was 5 of us. Ashley was there. It was a small dinner. I made ham, stuffing.
And y'all went to 2 houses for 5 people.
Yeah, her family cooked, and I cooked for the last one. I was beat, bro. I made 2 hams. Hams. I got another thing. I got another thing of ham in my grandma's house. I got another tray of stuffing.
We ain't even had no ham in my house.
We got 4 kilos of mashed potatoes.
I know honey baked ham was busy.
Bruh.
Before that.
Yeah, my glaze was busting. Yo, tell me Ashley, what do you think of the glaze? I made my own hand glaze. Bob, what?
She hating. She hating.
You still mad at me because I joked about your legs? I don't mean being old.
Oh my god. Yo, have you seen the new episode of Moon Knight?
Fam.
Bruh.
I ain't gonna hold you. Marvel putting their foot in it. Wow.
The ending was so funny though.
Yeah.
As soon as they get to the end, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it,
Man, fuck spoiler alerts now, yo.
Hey, come on.
You can watch it. It's on Disney Plus out Wednesday. It tells you when it come out. You can watch it.
But still, some people will be busy, whatever.
That's not my problem.
I saw it right before I got here.
So did I. So did I. No excuse.
Man, but when they I don't like getting the Egyptian gods around, but the one with the hippo head.
Yeah.
And they saw that one, and I was like, I'm thinking, oh crap, that's the oh shit, that's the hippo. It's gonna be some massive. And next thing it's like, hello. I'm like, dang. I bust out laughing, bro, that they were still scared.
I think the theory. Here's my theory. I think homie's still alive, right?
Yeah.
Right, but he's just
is his conscious?
Not just that. Well, yeah, it's just his conscious. But remember how homie was in the world? Homie, not himself, but he would always talk to a mirror. That dude that be in the mirror, I think is this is the reality of it. Like this is like, let's assume he's old, like every time he's yelling at Steven. Every time Mark is yelling at Steven, he's yelling at him out of a window. But if you turn around, it'd be like this insane asylum. That's what I think. But the same asylum was wild.
I think it also has to do because I think there's a third person too.
Yeah.
Because in the last episode before that, you know, they he ended up killing someone, and then he's like, "Yo, Mark, what'd you do?" He's like, "That wasn't me." I'm like, so I'm thinking there's a third person. I think the third person. I think they're in the head of the third person.
I think it's Jacob. I think that his third person's name's Jacob. But he like that's what it is in comics, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But if they go with the same Jacob, wow, Jacob don't care. I'm out here in this game. I'm gonna kill everything. But now that he ain't got no powers.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, he ain't got no powers.
Yeah, because Kantu is still like imprisoned.
Yeah.
They ain't break him out yet.
So it's like and then the question is, if you can resurrect this Amunet or whatever, you can resurrect Amunet, because you saw Amunet was a statue.
Yeah. I think you got to break the statue to release
him. Then you can release Khonshu.
Yeah. That's why he was saying, like, in the last episode, he was like, "Hey, when the guys imprison me, tell Mark to free me."
He gonna just gonna snatch the thing and then get his powers back and gonna be on just folding niggas left and right, like linen, like linens, bro. Like when he fought the those Egyptian dudes on the horse.
Oh yeah.
And he was squaring up with them. The series has been fire.
It has been.
Like I'm really like, with how confusing it is at times.
I think the only thing that was confusing is this past episode.
Yeah, because it bounces around.
That's the only thing that's confusing.
It's bouncing around too many times with the consciousness. My favorite part of the whole episode.
I think that might tie into. I think all that might tie into Doctor Strange.
Yeah, or
I think
if not that, Dark Knight. Well, with the Eternals, whatever the ending of the Eternals was, I think Moon Knight plays into this. That's those two.
Okay, but I think because I think it's probably might be alternate universes too. So
yeah, I'm
guessing it might have something to do with the next Doctor Strange is coming out. Yo, I can't wait for Doctor Strange to come out.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see, because Moon Knight squares up with all the Marvels and the Avengers. So like, if he would
see if he's gonna,
it would be the multiverse, or like, you know what I mean, when some type of thing where all of them are crashed together, where he has to fight them all.
Yeah.
Or he has to go up against a bunch of Celestials, which you then have to deal with Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor. Moon Knight's everywhere, bro. He just out here. I hope they pull like Spawn and Dark Knight into this as well with Moon Knight. Blade.
Oh, Blade.
If they, because Blade's the next one coming out.
Yeah, that I think Blade's coming out next year.
Yeah.
So.
And once that, I hope it's a series.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be a movie first.
I know.
The movie's coming out, but then
I hope they do.
I don't know. Like after the last Blade series, like I'm just like
no.
Like, I understand it's different, now that Disney's involved, but I'm just saying. It left a bad taste in my mouth.
You do a Blade series with the people of Moon Knight? Come on, man. There's some good choreography, fighting, some killings. I could so see a good Blade
it's like
series.
You got 3 good Blade movies, and then you come up with a series that was just
3.
Yes, 3. I'm counting the third one too.
What?
Yes, I am.
Nah, dog.
We had this discussion already. I'm counting the third one.
Nah, dog. You have vampire dogs in that. You missed me on that one.
Okay, that
you missed me on that one.
I mean,
and it belonged to Triple H.
Hold on a second, though. But hold on a second. They were experimenting with vampire DNA like throughout the second one too, trying to make a perfect vampire. So that's where you had them crackhead ones come from.
Fair.
So come on
the
now.
Crackhead ones I get. The crackhead ones are wild. They're one of my favorites. But you missed me on them dogs, bro. You missed me on them dogs. And it just didn't make sense. The dogs, why they have split mouths?
It's the same. They have the same split mouth as the other
hybrids
ones from the second one. So
yeah.
come on now.
It was weird.
It's like
I give you the first two though. I give you the first two solid. Last one was just like it was. I didn't even try to be funny.
I mean, there was only one funny character in there.
No, there was one funny character, but Wesley Snipes tried to be funny in that with like his one line quips or whatever he's trying to say. Motherfucker, what? Like, come on, Wesley.
That wasn't even. I didn't even see that as funny. I was just saying that was just his personality.
Right.
Like if Blaze always used to working alone. Every time he had to work with someone, he's like, "Yo, y'all ain't shit compared to me." Like even in the second one, he's like, he was supposed to team up with some vampires. He's like, "Yo, y'all ain't shit compared to me. I'll beat all y'all asses. I'll kill all y'all asses."
Because he can walk in daylight, bro. He man just has a one trick pony. I'm kidding.
Come on.
Nigga doesn't need sunblock. Everyone else is white. His only superpower is melatonin.
There was a black vampire in the second one too.
Yeah,
and he died from sunlight as well. So come on now.
That ain't make no sense to me. I ain't gonna hold you. I've never understood that when it comes to
it's
vampires.
Still the vampire. It's still the.
I get it, but I feel like a black vampire should have some resistance to the sun.
I think the only thing that would be is that he'll just die slower.
Right.
He'll die a little bit slower.
But
he's still gonna die because that's just the thing with vampires.
I got a couple minutes. I'm saying like we get sunburned, but we just get darker. We don't get sunburned. You know what I'm saying? But let somebody from Scotland come out here with no sunblock. Damn it, die.
In some Florida heat?
In some Florida heat. Right now. I'm not even saying Florida heat. Come outside right now.
I mean, during the springtime, it's getting hot, so.
Yeah. And walk the parking lot of Edison Mall. No shade.
First of all, I wouldn't even walk the freaking the parking lot of Edison Mall in the winter. What are you talking about?
Exactly so. It's that. Yeah, you
got me fucked up.
But yeah, I'm saying vampires. They should, black vampires should have had some.
I mean, instead of 30 seconds, they should die in a minute.
Nah,
but even still, like, come on.
I wouldn't even say a minute. I feel like you should be sweating way more. And be like, are you good? You know, just, I need to get up out the sun, dog. You know, just need to be
but there's going to end up being some abuse from that. You're going to be like, hey, get the black one. Have him go outside real quick. Check for anything.
That's probably thinking
that's going to be some, it's like,
think about that's probably what actually happens in well they did that for was it werewolves Vikings? What's the Underworld? You seen that movie?
Yeah, the Underworld, the Vikings.
Yeah, where they made werewolves like slaves, like the blacks.
I mean, there were some like Vikings as well.
No, but they turned werewolf culture or race into the slaves, like blacks. That's what I'm trying to say. And vampires did that. Vampires ain't no good, bro. Whoever to be.
I just like to know how do you try to enslave a race of like supernatural beings that are basically stronger than you? Because the werewolves, like Vikings, were wild and stronger than the vampires. So how?
No, I guess I don't think they were really stronger. I would say they were equally in strength. Cause like some of the vampires were one time in some of these werewolves too. So I mean, I can't say all of them was it, but I do see your point. Cause like I'd have been like, yo, if I was a werewolf,
it must have been some kind of psychological shit or something like that.
They probably had a shock collar. You know what I'm saying though, like you know what I'm saying though.
So you gonna put shock collars on all these motherfuckers? Like, really?
It's probably that kind of logic. They probably put a shock collar on. Now, if you had a choice of any vampire werewolf universe to be in, which one would you be in?
Well, definitely not Twilight.
Wow, you're the bitch. Why not? I was literally going Twilight, man. I'd be like, bro, that's the safest one.
First of all, the safest one?
The safest one. Bro, I
mean, I only watched the first Twilight, but I'm just saying, part of the other one. But my whole thing with the whole Twilight thing is that, first of all, it's not that the vampires go in the sunlight, they sparkle.
Yo, just cause
that didn't get. I'm from when I was younger. You know, if a vampire gets in the sunlight, it disintegrates. It burns alive. Like, come on now.
Yo,
you go from that and any other thing to just straight up Oh, I become a diamond.
They barely had sun. It was overcast most of the
I
time.
like to know what kind of town is that.
And then it was
What
somewhere,
kind of fucking town is that?
somewhere
Where
in
it's
Seattle,
where it's all over
Alaska, Anchorage, maybe. I don't know. It looks overcast all the time.
Well, if it's Alaska, then what about the 6 months?
Glasgow,
What about the 6 months where it's just straight sunlight?
See,
You gonna just hide away for 6 months?
Nah. All right, you make it seem like they just can't be shining because the skin be like that. Maybe they put on some. You never put Vaseline on? Your parents didn't put Vaseline on your face and your shit be glistening in the sunlight. Everybody roast you. Everybody roast you when you walk into school.
Looking like a Krispy Kreme donut.
You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about?
You're sweating bullets because your pores just clogged up with all the Vaseline they put on your face.
Dog.
So I know the struggle. And to be fair, I would rather that than all the other the vampire universes are just terrible. You name another one where you're not threatened to die.
First of all, they were threatening to die too.
Yeah, not like that. My man had a mansion. His shit was clean, son. They had servants. My man was a doctor. He was doing like dentistry work and shit, bro.
Dude, man.
He had a practice. Come on, dog. You out of your mind.
But honestly,
It was Yeah,
they did back in the day.
But yeah, they used to.
They were doing that back in the day.
There was a few bad seeds, but then you be a vampire during Blade time. How mad would you be being another black dude getting killed by another black vampire? You be tight.
I'll be that vampire that's like, yo,
For
I want to
real?
take these guys out too.
I'll be like,
Yo, come on, man. Like, I'll lie and say, yo, I'm a familiar.
It's a
I'm just a familiar, man.
And then same thing with Underworld. That one went to shit.
Nah, Underworld was just wild.
And
I'm
yeah.
like, yo,
That became Purge-like at the end of
Purge-like.
Underworld. The third one, that was just very Purge-like. Everybody was getting killed. I was like, yo, what is happening right now?
Did
And
they
it
make
was
a
like a
fourth
super.
one? Or was the third one was the last one?
I think they made a fourth one, but it was like, you know how they go back?
Back
Make
in time?
like it's like of the prequels of all the three movies. But I mean, if you think about it, Twilight's the safest bet of living
Honestly,
a long
but
life
if I
as a
was
vampire.
supposed to be if I was gonna be in the Twilight universe, I would rather be the werewolf.
I feel you on that. Yeah, me too. I
The
ain't gonna
werewolf
hold
was
you.
kind of lit though.
I ain't gonna hold you. I would be.
Even though I feel like the werewolves, like, they were kind of the very weird werewolves, because it's like they didn't, because the werewolf was supposed to be half man, half wolf, kind of like similar to like the Harry Potter universe. You know, like the werewolf in the Harry Potter.
Oh yeah,
Lucius. That's how he's supposed.
whatever.
Yeah, Lucius. Like that's how a werewolf's really supposed to kind of look. But they just turned into straight dogs.
Yeah, it was very mythic. You know
Yeah,
what
it
I
was
mean?
very mythical.
There was wolves.
Well, wolves, they're basically giant ass wolves.
Dire wolves. They look like some dire wolves type size.
Like,
But
and fluffy as hell.
yeah, they did look. They look cool as fuck.
They look cute,
Hey,
not vicious. Like I wouldn't be afraid of these guys.
how lit would it be to just have a pack of these things with just you'd have races and stuff? Who would be the best runner? Yo, you know they.
Getting on top of them.
What? You'd have riders, your kids be riding on you, you'd be having piggyback races and shit. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Twilight Zone, the Twilight whole universe one would be the littest one, bro. Or you can do what's the Bones and be Snoop. That was lit.
What about True Blood?
Too much drama, bro. I feel like too much drama for vampires. It was just like
Too much drama. It was
Yeah.
so it was basically like the Tyler Perry universe.
Yeah.
Just for vampires.
It's like, yo, this.
Oh man.
It was always about something and blood's missing. You're just like, come on, really? I don't think there's any other vampire significant. Queen of the Dems. Nah, you know, Would you be friends with Aaliyah? I'd be real buddy with Aaliyah, bro.
Of course. What about that one vampire movie that had Angela Bassett in it? Or was that the same movie?
I think it's the same movie.
Or was that Tales from the Hood?
Mm-hmm.
It was Tales from the Hood?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Another good one though. Another Tales from the Hood.
I'm not gonna hold you. It is.
All three of them or four. I think there's like 3 movies of Tales of the Hood, bro. It went for a minute.
I thought it was 2.
Nah,
That was just 2.
they made more. I don't know who the voice is, but whoever be the voice, he be killing it with the monologues. Oh, but I had notes because we didn't talk about comedy.
Yeah. Kind of the whole reason I wanted to talk about comedy because I mean I feel like as of lately, I think honestly ever since the whole Will Smith Chris Rock thing at the Oscars, there's been a lot of discussions about comedy and just like how like where is comedy gonna go to now because of stuff like this.
Yeah.
And just and especially when it comes to stand up.
I mean, I guess in reference to stand up,
And just not even just with stand up, but like just with cancel culture in general. Like
yeah, I think
it just seems like cancel culture is really just taking the fun out of comedy, especially like stand up.
I think you got to pick who you want to go see now. The thing is, like, I'm noticing.
I mean, that's always been the thing though. Like if you're not a fan of that if you're just not a fan of that person or whatever, just you don't have to go see them. You
Right.
don't have to watch their specials or they go on any streaming service. You know, it's just there's so much options now you can pick and choose. You don't have to be outraged about everything.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, and because of that, I feel like cancel culture only works on social media. You know what I mean? Like, like whenever. But now that all the other comedians have their own website, Patreon, YouTube channel, if you're a fan of them, or if you whatever, you be like, yo, you're trying to cancel them, you have to be on their platform to cancel them.
Already.
You know what I mean? And then to be already on their platform to cancel them, they already got your money. If you're a Patreon subscriber or you paying to subscribe to their website, they already got your money, and then you're just trying to recruit the people on there to be on your side. But 9 times out of 10, they're not because they already relating
because they already get their sense of humor.
Yeah, and I relate to this comedian or I relate to this person, so it's like you're just speaking to a deaf crowd at that moment. So it's like the only real cancel culture is like your critics. You know what I mean? If it's like the critics who like rate the Netflix series or movies and stuff, or the specials are the ones I feel like are promoting cancel culture. Because was Dave
Not
Chappelle
even because I mean Dave Chappelle he still
ain't never got canceled, right?
Nah, he's like they're still wanting to work with him even after the last one.
He's still what
I mean he didn't really stop. He was just like even in the special he was like after this I'm not saying anything else about the LGBT community.
Yeah.
And then literally he's still on tour. He's still
who else? Louis C.K.'s back on tour after his issue. Like, no,
what was happening with Louis C.K.?
He I guess said some outlandish stuff in the email to a lady, like perverted stuff to an email to a lady. And he's just like, yeah, sorry. That was it. That was all the words he said. But like, he's a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna cancel him? He apologized. If you don't see it as funny, you don't see it as funny. But now he has a story and it's you know what I'm saying?
That's basically more content for him.
Right.
I think like now like being canceled now is just like not like once you once you're able to kind of like I guess recover or whatever or just the next time you do something you just have something else to talk about.
Yeah.
It just gives comedians more content.
Like
what I really wanted to discuss more was the whole Drewski video. Because basically, the whole thing with Drewski is that he's a comedian. He does mainly sketches and everything. But the whole issue with him was the fact that there was one skit that he did where basically it was just how guys try to get girls drunk at these house parties, and you can see in the video how he just he's just that guy who just with the liquor bottle and he's just like saying, hey, everybody take shots, oh, you two gotta take shots or whatever, and then basically just saying, oh, go ahead, drive the boat, blah, blah, blah. Which I found nothing wrong with the sketch. Like, it wasn't like ha 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 funny, but it was relatable because I've been to like house parties before and I've seen, and like that's always be the thing though. That's always kind of the culture behind a lot of these house parties is just that, when the girls get there, girls usually get more turned. They always try to have more girls than guys. And then it's always, try to make the girls drink more than the guys so they could get more loose, they could get turned, so everybody else have more fun. Because usually the whole thing is just that when girls are more tipsy or drunk, more than the guys are, it's it's more fun when guys get drunk. Usually niggas is fighting. So it just seemed like it wasn't like haha funny, but it was relatable because it's like I've been in situations or I've been in parties where guys were basically just saying, hey, everybody drink, oh, hey, take another shot, blah blah blah. I was like,
And he did a joke like that and got canceled.
well, basically they were trying to cancel him. Like, I don't think he's gonna get canceled for that because the whole thing is just that a lot of people, there are some people who are like, oh, that's not funny, or I've been in a situation like that, blah blah blah. But there are also people who are just like, yo, I see nothing wrong with it. Like, it's true. It's basically the whole thing of all good jokes contain truth.
Yeah.
And there was some truth behind his sketch.
I think the issue here is he did the same thing as Dave Chappelle. Not Dave Chappelle. He did the same thing as I guess Dave Chappelle in the sense of like he took it upon himself to be truthful about the joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, be honest about the joke.
Yeah.
I guess where he fucked up at was the type of joke it was. He pulled a Bill Cosby and did the Spanish fly joke essentially, and you can't do the Spanish fly joke. Yeah.
Or basically, it was just trying to take something that is a serious topic because when you think about it from a different perspective, that is a very touchy topic. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's basically could turn into basically kind of rape culture in a way. That's basically part of rape culture.
Yeah,
so
it's the same.
So basically was trying to take something that's kind of a serious topic and trying to make light of it, but also say, hey, this is stuff that's happening, it's not, and just basically kind of, I guess, spread awareness in a way.
But it's not. It's the issue though. Like, you can't. I mean, as a skit or joke, you can't. That's the difficult part with the topic. Bill Cosby did that, and he's in trouble for it. Because like the issue here is because you play that person, you see it, they suspect that you've been that person. He may not have been. He may not. But it's just the presumption is.
I guess there are some jokes you just can't overthink. I think a lot of this times is just people really overthinking all this shit. 'Cause it's like, I mean, yeah, like some people are probably thinking he's probably been that person. That's why he was like, he thought of it. But it's like, yo, maybe you probably seen that kind of person. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you've been around, or maybe you were once friends with a person like that. Or just, so it's just.
But even still, it's like
there's a lot of things that can inspire that kind of joke.
It's just the time. Unfortunately, it's the time. Because, like, there's, like, with comedy, even movies is going through that same thing. Like, I don't think there's any good comedy movies anymore. Like, none.
People are trying to play it too safe?
No, it's not playing it too safe. It's like they were trying to tell a story and sell a character to me.
They're just not trying to...
And it's like, I don't care about the character. I want to laugh. Like, after Hangover... Not even Hangover 2 or the other ones, but just the first Hangover. What was the next best comedy movie? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just four dudes getting drunk, forgetting, and trying to remember.
I mean, but then what would you say is comedy? Like, or what's your kind of like?
I want nonsense. You know what I mean? Like
nonsense kind of comedy.
Yeah, because if you think about it, we like Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. You have How High, you have like a bunch of like those type of movies that we were like you'd watch it. Look,
Booty Call is one of those.
Booty Call. What's the one? Pootie Tang. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get you, sucker. Like, there was no message in or the message is stupid. Don't do drugs, kid.
Or what about like menaces? Like what about menace? What about Don't Be a Menace?
Same, you know what I mean? Same premise.
So basically, like a lot of comedy now is just everything has to have a secret message.
Yeah, like Knocked Up, or what's the Game Plan, or
I like the Game Plan. The Game Plan was a pretty.
And it's a comedy. And
it was a family movie too.
Yeah,
The Pacifier was a good one too.
The Grown Ups, you know what I mean? Meet the Millers. It's all like all of them have
basically
some like
basically nowadays there's not any comedy movies where it's just pure, there's no message attached to it. There's nothing that you're trying to you're not trying to put medicine in the candy.
Yeah, like not just that. It's like you want the ridiculousness to be just as wild as you're watching it. When you watch it, you can kindly tell where the direction of the movie's going. Watching Harold and Kumar Goes to White Castle, out the gate, what's the whole premise is just them going to White Castle, right? That did not happen. You know what I'm saying? So you that's what I'm saying is missing out of comedy is where it's like the spontaneous and the randomness of where it's like, where is this going? Like Ace Ventura when he did a nature walk, he did the all them steps. Then he dropped the slinky and did it all over again. It's like, you're out of your fucking mind, dude. Like, really?
I mean,
and he's singing the whole song?
I just think there's not a lot of writers who are just able to just juggle a whole bunch of stuff together just to, just for a movie. I mean, a lot of times that some people are looking for. I mean, I think nowadays people are just looking for, they're looking for a laugh, but they also want to they kind of want a message to show to kids or something like that, or just to learn, say, hey, because sometimes the best comedy has a lesson.
Which is true. I'm not saying that's not the case, but as of late, have you watched any of Seth Rogen's movies? Not saying that Seth Rogen has bad comedy movies, but
I'm not the biggest Seth Rogen fan.
After
that's just
Pineapple Express.
That's just my personal opinion. I'm not the biggest Seth Rogen fan, so.
Even all right.
I mean,
the
last Seth Rogen film the last film that had Seth Rogen in it was Sausage Party.
My point is, you know what I'm saying? My point exactly. Sausage Party, that could have been.
Sausage Party was kind of wild. Come on now.
But they've had a message in that.
Yeah, it was low key. There was a low key message in it too.
So it's just like, I'm not saying I don't want a message, but
But what is where are certain movies where it's like, okay, I'm here to laugh, have a good time. That's it.
Like, you remember Spaceballs, bro? I'll watch Spaceballs right now and laugh start to finish. When is that? That's now. What? That can't be now. Yeah, sir, it's right now. He's watching the monitor, bro. He's breaking fourth walls. It was hilarious. He stopped on the button, fell forward, knocked himself clean out. He's in a spaceship. Mm-hmm. The logic of it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, honestly.
So it's just comedy is just, I don't know, missing the
I think
the allure.
I mean, I think it's also I think cancel culture is also kind of affecting stand-ups too, because it's I mean, the last stand-up I saw was Mike Epps' newest stand-up on Netflix. I feel but I think it's different with Mike Epps. Because Mike Epps has done plenty of stand-ups. He's been funny, since he came in the game. Mm-hmm. But this last stand-up, it seemed like it was just a homage to his hometown, which is fine, but it's just I wish it would just hit. I know Mike Epps could hit harder.
Right.
And it seemed like he let his foot off the gas a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get at. I feel like comedy is being more.
But I think it might also be because of the fact that it's we just got through the pandemic. Everybody's talking about the pandemic, but it's just, I think with the pandemic should have brought more. It should have brought more material too.
No one's willing to go crazy out of the paint now because everyone's quick to get canceled, as you said. But it's as of right now, after the pandemic, I guess the hard truth is the best comedy is in paint. And no one wants to point out the jokes of everything that's happened through COVID and all this.
Yeah.
And when they do, everyone loses their shit because SNL's been trying to do it and they fail every time. every episode, they do it. They try to hit with some jokes or something about now, and it's just too soon. Too soon, my man.
I mean, when is it ever gonna be when is it gonna be soon enough? I know the whole thing of being too soon, but when is it ever gonna be soon enough?
When you have a better cast that can go more in the paint, and you're not
or people
writing,
who just don't care about getting canceled.
That's what I'm saying. The cast they did have, Leslie Jones and all them that left.
Whatever happened to Leslie Jones? Because
they got too woke. SNL got too woke, and she was too hard in the paint. She was willing to say whatever she wanted to say and do what she wants because she's Leslie fucking Jones, right? And rightly so. Mm-hmm. She earned the right to do that. But then it's I'm not gonna put up with this, and then left. And that's what's happening to everything now.
Well, I mean, Kenan Thompson's still going strong, and he's still funny as hell.
Do you watch SNL for Kenan Thompson?
I mean, technically, yes. I mean, I don't really watch SNL, but if I ever did,
if I ever did, I watch it for Kenan.
I'd watch it for Kenan.
I'd rather watch his sitcom show than SNL. Nothing. Maybe Michael Che.
And
maybe Michael Che, and even then,
Michael Che is hilarious. Michael
That's
Che
what I'm
is
saying.
definitely hilarious, and he does. And he,
But it's
I'm not gonna say he doesn't care, but he's willing to go in the paint.
but it's his skits and his jokes that are the only ones that are good. When he's doing it off somebody else's writing, it's like, why is he here? It's not. I'm not saying he's not putting his heart into it. It's just not funny because you're not writing to Michael Che. I don't know. That's just my opinion. It's just like the jokes and comedy. I also thought that Judd Apatow, his movies is what ruining comedy movies too. Like he does great comedy movies. And like I was listening to a podcast talk about it, and it was like he's right. He like 40-Year-Old Virgin, Pineapple Express, all those Talladega Nights. He does killer movies, but all those movies had a story to it. Now everyone else is trying to mimic that, just like how people mimic Marvel now.
I don't feel like people. Well, I mean, Hollywood is going through this phase right now where they're trying to mimic what basically they're trying to get the dollar. They're chasing the dollar too much. They're trying to either go with what's gonna make them the money, what's gonna bring in the cash, or they're gonna just reboot everything. They're gonna play off of nostalgia, or they're just gonna copy whatever did it, whatever succeeded.
Yeah.
Which I feel like sometimes you gotta take a risk, you know. Yeah, there's been bad movies out, but hey, that's just the thing. There's gonna be some movies that hit. There's gonna be some that don't. That's just the thing about. That's just the thing about creating, and that you're gonna have some failures. But yeah, let's go. Let's get into some good, bad, and what the fuck. So, for this first topic, I'm gonna say it's definitely a good topic. We have a couple from California who recently just had a wedding, and they only spent $500 on their wedding.
So,
I don't see a problem with that at all. You know, I mean,
what made this news? Because of the price? What made this news? Because of the price? Like
Yeah.
what? Who? That's really?
yeah, because I mean
The whole wedding? How many people?
yeah, the whole wedding. They had a decent guest list, and
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, well, I'm gonna get into that a little bit later, but I mean, a lot of the stuff for their wedding was donated. Like they got married off in the little spot off the freeway, off the freeway. So that's basically a free venue, and her dress was only $47 because her whole idea was like, hey, I'm only gonna wear this for one time for a couple hours. Do I really need an expensive ass dress?
Makes sense.
And yeah. And also something else I want to tell you, because all the guests paid for their plates. Do you see it? And also that kind of sparked the debate all over social media and stuff, of saying if you were invited to a wedding, would you be offended if the bride and groom was like, okay, you have to pay for your plate? I don't see why.
Why? I mean, it's food.
Yeah.
I don't see the issue. I mean, now, did they have a reception? Is it just the wedding? It's questions.
I think it's all. Yeah, it was also the reception as well. All that cost $500.
Nah, I'm not. That's too low budget.
I mean, hey, they was happy with it.
Nah, it's too low budget. I don't care. Saving money, nothing. I want my reception party balled the fuck out. I want everything to be talked about for the next 3 weddings. My whole squad. You know what I'm saying? But this wedding was dope, but it wasn't like Gabe's wedding. That's the whole. I think that's why everyone's all up in arms. That's why you get mad. It's because there's no bragging rights.
I mean,
my wedding's $500. Nigga, don't shut up, bro.
Hey,
I don't care about your cheap ass wedding.
Hey, they're able to brag about it.
Yeah, so what? I don't care about your cheap ass wedding.
Yeah, but think about it. If you have a $500 wedding, the money that you
Or get a house.
Or 2 honeymoons.
I mean, my whole thing is this: like the average, they say the average cost, or the average cost for a wedding in the the average amount that people spend on a wedding in the U.S. is like $28,000. And plus, when you like, if you ever need a caterer or a venue, when you say it's for a wedding, they tax your ass because they know it's like, oh, we can get some money out of it because they're gonna want the best or whatever. So I just feel like it's all like people already be trying to tax for just because you say it's a wedding, and I just feel like sometimes the people who spend the most on weddings, they don't even stay together. They barely be staying together. Those be the ones that are part of that 50% that get divorced.
No. They be the ones that brought a hell of people. Oh, we had 500 people at my wedding. Who the fuck cares? Things you want at the wedding is the things that you're gonna make you happy. So you be like, yo, what do you want at the wedding? I want, for example, Cold Stone ice cream. Take out the ice cream.
You still talking about this damn mashed potato stuff.
Bro, it's the most epic shit in the fucking world. Have you ever had it? If you ain't never had it, you can't explain it.
Nah, but it's like every time you talk about it, it's like you have such excitement.
Because I've never seen such craziness. Who you've been to many weddings? Seen some shit like that?
I've only been to a couple weddings.
How many times at the reception party, cocktail party, you seen some shit? You going, the fuck is this? Oh, it's I don't know. A 5-layered taco cheese fountain. What? You got a 5-layered cheese taco? How do you? Yeah, 5 different cheeses. And it drains at the bottom to make one delicious cheese.
This guy.
That'd be ridiculous. Would you not want that at your wedding? The flex. I want a big ass ice sculpture. You just pour liquor through it. Your whole liquor frozen at the bottom.
I just feel like people be trying to do stuff just for social media. It's like, what's gonna make you and your wife happy? Just yourself. You know, the whole point of the wedding is to celebrate y'all union in the first place. You know, like, and if you want to have all this extravagant shit just to do that, by all means, go ahead. But I mean, hey, if the $500 wedding made them happy, I'm happy for them too. Shoot, and I hope they're not the ones that get divorced. Honestly, come on now.
Spent $500. Here's the thing, then the ring got to be dope. You see what I'm saying? You got to pay. You got to.
I mean, there's something you're gonna spend money on.
Why you got to spend money? So it's such a crazy amount of money on a ring. You're gonna be doing stuff with it. It might get knocked around. I might as well just get you the band, like I'm getting a regular band. But you want a crazy ass diamond.
So what? You want a diamond too?
Hell no.
Okay then. Man. Let's go on to our next topic. So, for a lot of y'all who's traveling right now, I mean, this shit right here, I mean, this whole thing's been up in the air for so long because last time I checked, they were saying that the mask mandate was ending. You don't have to wear a mask on flights no more. And there was this one story I was looking at where it was mid-flight. Pilot got the news and he was like, "Oh, really? I bet. Hey, yo, everybody, you know, we just got word that the mask mandate has ended. You know, if y'all want to, y'all could take your masks off now." And literally the flight attendants were just going around with the trash bag, like just, you know, helping people throw away their masks and stuff. There was one lady that was actually pissed off about it because she had like two of her babies with her, and when everybody take on their masks, she's just like, "Well, they're too young to get vaccinated, and they can't wear a mask because they're so young. You can't force a baby to their babies to wear a mask. So it's like they can still possibly be exposed just because of that. Man. I mean, because the fact that it was mid-flight too.
Okay, hold
on.
In
the middle of the flight, you all announced that, and everybody want to take their masks off.
Yeah. And then at the same time, you flew in this plane with some kids who can't be wearing a mask in the first place. Like, the logic of that doesn't even make sense. Like to say, I get her point. Don't get me wrong. I'm not cruel, but if there was no mask mandate and people was sick anyway, get on the plane, you'd have brought the kids on the damn plane anyway. You know what I mean? Like the logic of that doesn't. Oh, now you guys can't. I'm mad. You guys are taking off your mask because my kid can't get the vaccine. Or like, yeah, his kid's too young. He shouldn't be on the plane. Probably should have driven to wherever you're going. Well, I don't know how far.
I mean, I mean, these gas prices now. I mean, man, you might be whatever price you gonna spend on that ticket. You might as well put in your tank, man.
Guess
So
a mask ain't important then.
Man,
I guess a mask ain't that important.
Yeah, man.
That doesn't even make sense. I wouldn't even be that because
But now they're saying they're possibly gonna, reiterate the mask mandate, which is just like, why though? Like, what's up with this whole thing?
Because it works to some degree, but not to where not the way Americans use it. It works in like Japan and shit, but not China. China don't be, it don't work in China.
I mean, Japan and everything, they just do it in like airports and stuff like that. So I mean,
but they do it. Their logic makes more sense. If you're sick, you wear the mask, not to stop the sickness. You shouldn't like spread it out. All right, and then like there's the I heard the news that like New York, New York is allowing isn't releasing the mask mandate. So like if you fly into New York,
I thought it was a federal thing.
Yeah, but it's still it is
federal.
Yeah, but airports are on state property. So New York State is still saying you gotta wear a mask.
And you come to JFK, you better have that mask on.
Because their thinking is Biden can overturn the bill and make it so that like you still gotta wear the fucking mask. So if that's the case, they're not gonna go ahead and change the narrative and flip flop. So they want to wait and see.
Yeah, Biden could still veto it.
Yeah, and then we didn't change the mask mandate, so we ain't never have to re-implement. You know what I mean?
I mean, honestly, man, I'm just like, if you want to wear a mask, that's your prerogative. That's your choice, I'm honestly, when it comes to certain places, I'm still going to wear my mask. So
I don't care.
I don't really care.
I don't care. I've yet to see the horrors of COVID, but I know it exists.
Didn't you catch COVID?
Yeah, I don't know. I never got tested. Well, no, I never got tested. Never got tested. I just stopped getting sick. And then I went and got the vaccine, and then I was never getting sick anymore.
Man.
That's how vaccines worked back in the day. My mathing. Mathing on this one.
The math is mathing right there.
Yeah, you get the vaccine, and then you're fine. Like what? I mean, even they said the vaccine was bad, but
yeah. Well, now they got a new one, but before we end up going on this tangent, because I hate talking about COVID, but let's go on to our next topic. This next topic is wild right here, because it was this, I believe it was in Michigan, but it was this elementary school where it was a classroom full of kindergartners. And there was this one student who brought tequila to class. It was that ready to drink margarita, the Jose Cuervo or whatever. Huh? Cuervo. Well, however, you know what the one I'm talking about here.
You drink liquor all the time.
I know.
Which one are you talking about?
Hey man, the one that's the Jose Ceurro.
So,
oh well, you know the liquor I'm talking about. You know the tequila I'm talking about. But it was a margarita mix. It's basically 10% alcohol, but these are kids also. And they brought the kindergartner brought it into class and was basically passing out shots to everybody.
weren't shots, they were like this big. Those aren't shots, bro. I got like 3 of them in my fridge.
And like literally no one noticed until all of a sudden one teacher was like, oh shoot. And then literally
kids sauce. Say it. Kids was sauce. Teacher didn't
them
know
boys was tipsy.
Little girl had a book bag full of them bitches, bro. She was just slinging them out. Let's get lit. Ain't she in trouble?
Oh yeah, because she knew, because the little girl, because like I don't know if it was a little girl or something, but like yeah, the child knew that it was liquor.
And took it.
Like
she knew
she knew it was liquor. She took it and took it to school.
And then lied, said it was juice.
Yeah.
What are you handing out? I'm handing out some juice.
First of all, it's in the same bottle. It's in the bottle. Like how is this juice?
She's probably hey, put your hand over the label. It's just pink juice. Smell like tequila in here, huh? Teachers.
This thing kind of strong. This thing kind of strong.
Could you imagine walking into that teacher classroom as another teacher, like, are y'all drinking up in here? Are you even drinking?
Like it smells kind of strong. Like
it smells like liquor here. It does not
like,
smell
what?
like liquor.
It's like oh my god, I recognize that smell. Like
You sure?
oh my god.
You sure you ain't drinking?
Nah, but like yo, then when the parents came, it was just like, you know, when you hear something like this, they just worried as hell. They're just like, yo, like, how much did she drink? Like, how strong was this thing? Like, how did y'all not notice? Like, that's my whole question about this thing, about the story. How did a teacher not notice?
Notice what? The kids handing out liquor?
Yeah, like how did you not know that this child brought tequila to class? Unless they were in the back of the class and she's teaching and she's passing out the drink while that happened. Like
it's recess.
Or during recess?
Oh yeah, you never handed out. Hey, we got a drink. Shit, what you want to drink? You know what I'm saying? We did it in school.
Man, that's wild.
You never had anyone in high school bring beers and nothing.
That's high school. We talking about elementary school.
Yo, kids starting young.
Like in high school, I've heard stories people bringing it on the bus, you know, or whatever. But this is kindergartners.
Couple birds.
And I'm just wondering, like, if you bring something to class, how come no one's checking? Like this story right here is just wild because it's like
I send the parents a bedazzled flask.
I'm just wondering who's really gonna get in trouble here. Is it gonna be?
Oh, the parents for sure.
I mean, of course the parents, but I'm just like, do you also punish the child as well?
Yeah, for sure. She knew. She knew it was liquor. She said it. And lied to the teacher about it, and then lied to the kids. Told it was juice. It's like drugging the whole class. I'm like, what? You can't do that.
You can. You answer the question of you got rest for the class?
You got enough for the class? Oh.
Hey, you got enough for the class? You got enough for the share for the whole class? Yes, I do. Whole class getting lit.
Man.
What? Sharing is caring.
First of all, like if that was the case, then the teacher should have definitely known that it was liquor. Like, come on now.
How would she know it was liquor? Again,
I'm just wondering, like, how did they get away with this?
Because you 6 years old. No 6-year-old supposed to be having Jose Cuervo margarita mix, pink lemonade flavored, in class, let alone a pack of 6. You know what I mean? It's already hot.
I mean, do you also punish the teacher as well? Because, like, these kids are your responsibility too. You're supposed to be on it.
I mean, yo, it's not like they got loaded, man. It's not like they stumbling out the room.
They are kindergartners. Their bodies can only take so much, unless they grew up in a West Indian household and they already.
We don't know.
Like, come on, like
what state is this? Michigan?
I think so.
We don't know. It could be Italian. Italians and French people be giving them kids wine at a young age. You know what I'm saying? They could, for all we know, the kids could have asked her to bring in some of the juice. We don't even know how deep this plot goes. We you know what I'm saying? And to be fair, that's the best prohibition cover up ever. One, and we doubt them as being dumb. They were running iPads, iMessages and stuff. They probably colluding, all type of mess.
Man, this whole thing still is wild. But yeah, let's go on to our last topic. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm sick and tired of these type of niggas, man. No. Oh, producer. Here's a question for you. Since you're going back to the gym, have you seen anything crazy at your time back at the gym? Like none of these just workout heads who are just doing these crazy exercises.
I think because you go to Planet Fitness, it's all written on the wall.
Oh yeah, it's like no lung heads. Dude. Both of these videos right here is just like, yo, like I'm just wondering, what are you training for right here? Like there's like this one guy right here.
You gotta be trained for something.
Like this one guy right here has the I'm guessing that's the weight bench. like strapped on his waist and doing pull-ups. I'm just like,
You don't know if he gonna be on the edge of a mountain one day, got hold up somebody else's body weight.
you dying. If that's me, you dying. Why hold on to my waist?
Just do that.
Why hold on to my waist, man? Like, come on, bro. I ain't like, no, ain't no way.
Just get a crash dummy. At this point, just
And
get a
then
crash dummy.
and then look at this guy. This guy has the weight bench and this block.
Is that a desk?
I don't know what the fuck that is, huh?
It's the same guy.
Yeah, but still, this guy like doing the whole upside down like crunches. That's fun. That's kind of regular. But you doing this, huh?
How's that regular?
People do the crunches like hanging too. But I mean not like that though. But you over here testing your arm strength too. Like what you trying to do? Be the next Winter Soldier?
my man.
If he's doing that, look how safe you gonna be if you was ever in his hand.
First of all,
What's safe? What's safe for you? He gonna
you
crush
want to know how I feel safe? Get a gun.
Half
You want to
grip.
feel safe? Get a gun.
Half grip, Eric. Half grip.
The fuck?
You're doing too much grip. And he's gonna crush your hand. And you
Man.
might as well just let me go.
Grab my strong. Bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Both of them are strong.
Man.
Here's my issue though. Like he using property. Like yo, my man, you done with that?
Like, I'm trying to bench press over here, man.
Like,
Can
you
I
got
get
the
the
whole
bench? Can I
bench.
get like, yo?
I mean, just let me know when you're done using it. But I ain't know you can use two equipments at the same time.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that's,
I'm just like
that's
I know people who have been on like American Ninja Warrior, and their workouts aren't as crazy as this. Like, come on now. Like, it be people who do these type of workouts that be working at T-Mobile.
Mhm.
Like, come on. You this athletic.
he probably-
but you the manager at a McDonald's. Like, come on, man.
He looks like
Of all places, too.
he looks like he's the owner of a smoke shop that does events. Too soon? Too specific? Too specific? Too specific?
Yo, stop,
specific.
bro.
Like a fleet of people doing this same thing. You ain't got nowhere to work out.
That's what I'm saying.
All the equipment.
He's just be sitting there.
God.
Are you gonna wipe that down? You gonna wipe all that down too? Like
Like, I need your nut. Bro, I need your nut sweat off of that bench right there.
You
You having it
dipped
on
on
your
the
waist.
bench.
I need to make sure I don't
pull
smell
up,
nothing. Like, come on.
everything, bro. You got this whole thing.
Like,
Like,
dog.
you, bro. You wipe this shit down. Use a whole container of Clorox.
Ain't no
wipes.
way.
It'd be ridiculous.
Dog, I mean, hey, you trying to get fit or whatever, but dog, like,
just do surgery at that point.
surgery ain't gonna make you stronger, bro.
I don't think he's doing it to get stronger. I think he's now just trying to get bigger. At that point, just implant it. Like it's just fake it out. Just don't even make sense to go through this much. You're ruining people's equipment.
All right then, but then when you need something lifted and you can't because
Pay
you look,
for it again.
you look like it, but you ain't, but you can't lift. Man, come
Just
on.
because I dress this way.
Just because I got these muscles does not mean I'm strong out here. Like, what's the point? The ankle. That's a SpongeBob reference for all y'all young folks. Oh man. But yo, let's go into some Nerdz talk, man. Yo. So this week, the trailer for Thor 4, Love and Thunder, was released. I don't know if it's a teaser or if that's the official one. Cause I know
I think it's a I think
there's a
it's
teaser one.
I think it's the
The
official.
official? Yeah.
That's from Marvel themselves.
Yeah. I mean, Marvel part teasers too. But I think this was the official trailer. But I mean, let me see real quick if I could get our because I did put.
He supposedly dies in this one.
Well, they're allegedly saying that this might be where they're gonna
He's gonna
where
be,
Chris Hemsworth's gonna end
yeah,
his.
he's pulled this Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna pull the Tony Stark, but they're bringing the whole cast in. Last time, you got Krog, the Rock dude. Hey, my name is Krog. My guy, got him. You got
Tessa Thompson, yeah.
Tessa Thompson. And give me a second.
And you also got some of the people from Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there was Quail in there, and there was a lot of the
Oh.
other people from Guardians of the Galaxy. So I had put I put a poll up on our Instagram, basically saying, after seeing the trailer, are you guys hyped? Are you not that excited, or are you just wondering what the fuck's going on? But literally, 67% of people who voted said they're hyped. 22%, which I am part of that 22%, say that they're not that excited, and 11% were basically just like, I can care less about this movie.
I think I'd fall into 11%. I would only fall into 11% just because like I really do care less about the Thor movie. I'm more interested into the Doctor Strange because you're gonna end.
Yeah, I do also feel like there's more hype behind the Doctor Strange than it is behind Thor. I mean, when I first my bad, but when I first heard that they were gonna come out with a fourth Thor, I just think that that's kind of unfair. Like, because honestly, Iron Man only had 3 movies, and it was able to conclude. Captain America only had 3 movies, and he was basically able to. And you were basically able to end that saga without having a 4th movie. What makes Thor so special that he has to have a 4th movie?
Because he wasn't in most of the movies that like we say let's going against what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wasn't in Civil War, was he?
No, he wasn't in Civil War. Civil War would have been way different if he was.
He wasn't in Civil War, and he wasn't in a few of the Avengers, like a few of the Marvel movies that all the others cameoed in. So like,
But yeah,
if you think about it,
But that's mainly because of the fact that he, after the first Avengers, he went off back to his home world, and he was having to deal with other shit.
right, and like pretty much you're telling a story from where he was at on the other side. We know now what everything happened here on Earth, but what happened now with Quill, Thor, everybody out in space while the whole shit happened.
I mean, but this is basically after the events of Endgame.
That's what I'm saying. What happened after? Like we know what he just chilled. He just chilled and like gave the throne to Tessa Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. That was the end. But what did he had to have done something? He go back and went to the Coliseum. Did he go back with Padme? Kicked it with her. Was it, I don't know the girl name. Who's Thor's girlfriend's name? Natalie Portman.
Oh yeah. I mean, didn't something happen to her in the second movie?
Yeah, she got possessed by one of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, about it. I think
and he took it out.
Yeah, it was the reality one.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like he had 2 major movies where they were influential. He had his origin story.
Yeah, the first one.
Then you had the one about the Infinity
second
Stones.
one.
And then
But I mean, the third one was good. I thought the third one was a great way to kind of end the whole thing with Thor. At least it's solo movie wise.
But it didn't really end anything with Thor. It opened up the book for Infinity Wars and then Hulk. Because now you got Smart Hulk.
Mm-hmm. But also, like, not only that, but I mean, the fact that like after Ragnarok, you also saw how he was basically affected with not being able to kill Thanos, and everything with Endgame. How he basically kind of got his confidence back. He felt he was still worthy. I'm just wondering, like, you could have like had a different movie where you end things off, but having a 4th Thor, I just feel like him as a character, like I like him as a character, but him as a character, me personally, I'm not that invested into Thor to think that he needs a 4th movie.
So who's other lineup now? Who's needed the movie then? Because it was him next. You don't have anyone left, really.
I mean, we're just now getting a second Doctor Strange movie.
I'm saying, but he's the next season. Like everyone else has died off. He's the last one to die off. Is what I'm trying to say. He's your last one to end a movie off, and then whatever happens in this movie will bridge together everything else to the next one. Because now the next phase is WandaVision, something Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Moon Knight, all them.
Also, all the other new characters.
Yeah,
As well.
so you're not really focusing on Thor anymore. So you might as well just finish him off now with a final movie and end it.
I mean, but also there's supposed to be a third Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm thinking you could have had Thor in the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie and basically kind of end his
That's not his movie. Cause then you could have said Endgame was his final movie, because he would be a main character in Endgame and Infinity Wars, because he was the one that was squaring up with Thanos most of the time.
But even though he's going off with the Guardians of the Galaxy, so you had the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie and just basically keep him as a side character until he's like, yo, I'm just gonna do my own thing, and we probably never see Thor again.
So,
If that's just basically what they're gonna end up doing, because I feel like that's what they're gonna end up doing with this fourth movie. Because the whole thing from what I saw in the trailer, is that he's basically trying to find his purpose now, because he never wanted to be king. First of all, he gave basically the throne or the responsibility of being a ruler to Valkyrie, and now he's basically trying to find his purpose.
yeah, which makes total sense to what everything he's been through afterwards. This is his personal final movie, and to say that like Captain had his own personal final movie, and so did Tony Stark, because you could say Endgame would be the end of both of those. Because when he hands off the shield, that was the end of Captain America, and then the snap was the end of Tony. Thor doesn't have that. Didn't have that. Even Black Widow had the ending of her character.
Yeah, that's just because she died.
They had called it like, "Hey, you've been in enough Marvel movies. You've been in every one. You've been in every one, Scarlet. We're gonna call it a quits right here." You know what I mean? So like that makes sense too. But like in fairness, Thor hasn't had that light. Like and then even with Thor Ragnarok, I feel like Hulk was even more the star then. I'll be honest, I didn't really care about Thor Ragnarok, but it was like the fact that Hulk was in it, and it was Hulk in Coliseum mode, was pretty dope. That's why I feel like most people.
And you kind of had a glimpse of Planet Hulk.
Right.
In it.
Right. And that's why people, I feel like, liked it a lot. And then you're like, oh, it's Thor 2, bet. But
It kind of had that same effect as Civil War, because it was supposed to be Captain America's movie, but yet everybody's more focused on Black Panther and on Spider-Man and just the whole Civil War story.
right.
So I still accidentally call it Avengers Civil War.
And you'd be like, bro, there was everybody in that movie. That was a Captain America movie. What? Yeah. I guess.
But I didn't feel that. I mean, I kind of saw that, yes, like Hulk was kind of overshadowed Thor a little bit, but still, it was still Thor's story, though.
Sure.
And basically, even without his hammer, he's still God of Thunder. He's still the person he is, just without his hammer.
Yeah, it just, like, that Thor Ragnarok, for me, was a movie that had to make Thor weak for the rest, for Endgame and Infinity War to
That
make
basically
sense.
broke him.
Yeah.
The movie that broke him.
Yeah, because it had to be a movie where it was like, this is going to be, that's why I say, like, now you're going to get, this fourth movie would be the final movie of Thor.
But then
it's going to be his climbing, well, not climbing fact, but like, he's going to have his Tony Stark moment and die, is what I'm trying to say. So it's not going up on this one.
I mean, even though you said like it was that movie that made a week, but still in Infinity Wars, that's where in Infinity Wars he got Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
And in Endgame he got both.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, where does that strength, like, where did the strength go? Because he's just like, with Ragnarok, he's like, yo, I don't need a hammer. I could just command lightning whenever. I'm still Thor. But then now it's like, oh shit, let me just make Stormbreaker.
How did he have both hammers?
I mean, in Endgame, he had to go back in time to get I think it was the Reality Stone.
Oh, right.
He went to get the Reality Stone, but then he was like, hold up.
I'm going to get my hammer from back in time, and he brought it back forward in time.
And it still got to him. He's like, it was so funny because he got so nervous. Like, you already got Stormbreaker, but you just got so damn nervous that the hammer wasn't gonna come back to you.
Yeah, it wasn't worthy. That's what I'm saying. Because now,
But what about Stormbreaker? Like you
Stormbreaker doesn't have that same power or limitation. Stormbreaker is you pick that shit up, you got the power to storm you like a god's in you. There's no limitations on Stormbreaker.
which I thought was wild because like when Captain America held Stormbreaker for a little bit, he was like, "Give me that one."
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, man. Like, but I do get it. I mean, Captain America was still able to lift. He was still able to lift the hammer, so I could get why. But
because
even still,
Groot lifts the hammer.
Groot didn't lift the hammer. He lifts Stormbreaker.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, it's made from his arm anyway.
That's what I mean. Like you can lift Stormbreaker. Is like no matter what you can lift Stormbreaker because it gives you the power of gods supposedly. But Malmer, whatever you have to be worthy of a power of God for it to, or worthy of something. Whatever white people say.
Yeah, worthy to hold his power.
Yeah. But before we head out, you seen Vanguard?
Vanguard?
You ever seen the trailer for Vanguard, bro?
Vanguard? You mean the one where they're gonna bring Godzilla into
I'll show you the clip. I'll show you the clip.
Sure.
The clip of it. Well,
or the trailer.
I'm gonna see the trailer.
I'm still wondering if Call of Duty is gonna put out another game, or they're just gonna be like, "Yo, Warzone, that's all." Hold on, let me see.
Now they bring in
King Kong as well.
King Kong and Godzilla, like true big motherfuckers into this one, and we as the Warzone people going to square up against them. And if I'm, I think so, because what it's looking like, it's looking like a verse battle against them two, so them two are clashing, and it's Warzone versus Godzilla versus King Kong. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. They're fighting.
And we gotta fight them too.
Into the mix and they'll be like, "Hey, you want to team up and bust these niggas?"
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we want to put.
Oh.
You want to put the guns, our arms down to the side and tackle this giant lizard and an ape.
Yeah.
It's only Warzone. Or?
April 27th. Yeah, only Warzone though. They said.
Well, I think the free content is April 27th. They said everything launches May 11th. May 11th.
They say May 11th for everything, but it's April free content update for April 27th. I think that's the Vanguard. Vanguard gets stuff too. So I just don't know how they're implementing Vanguard, other than they have a mode called Arms Race where it's like a huge open map, and it's 12 against 12. But if you do that, just do like 24 against 24.
Have you played Vanguard lately?
I've been playing religiously, bro. My kill death ratio is through the roof. I got gold, got diamond, son.
Yeah,
I got
there's
Snoop
a new. The Snoop Dogg one looks lit.
My shit pimp.
That's
I got a purple suit.
the Snoop Dogg skin looks lit, but there's a new. Yeah, real quick before we head out, there was this new game mode where it's that one where it's like 5 different stations or whatever, and you either gotta destroy the one. You gotta destroy it or you gotta capture
Arms race.
That's Arms Race?
Yeah.
That's what it's called?
Yeah. And
I played it a couple
huge
times
map.
and like, yo, it is pretty freaking huge. But I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of beasting in that too.
They give you like, so you get your own base to describe. He's right.
Yeah.
You get your own base, and in that base you get like,
or whichever one you capture.
you get the
It kind of does remind me a little bit of Fortnite.
you get those crates that you would to buy shit in. So the buy station crates. You get all that, and then you get vehicle station crates, because you can drive vehicles and fly vehicles in this game mode.
Fly them?
I think they had like a helicopter or something in there. I saw something flying.
They took a little bit of the Warzone map.
And just put it in, but they only make it 12 against 12, so it's not like it's big. But like, what happens is it adds Warzone feature of where like if a base gets captured or something, or you capture, it's like a crate lands, everyone runs to get it. If you get the crate back to your base, it sends a rocket to the enemy base.
You can send a rocket to the enemy base,
and then it just destroys them with gas. But then that closes in the map closer and closer. Mm-hmm. And so every base you taken out with the gas closes it off, and then you lose out. And then you can respawn. The coolest part, you can respawn to your teammates. So if your teammate's off in the woods, whatever, closer to the enemy, you can respawn to him instead of like to the base and take like a 3-minute trek to get to him.
Yeah.
So it is pretty. It's a pretty.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty cool.
But if whatever, I don't know if they add Godzilla to the mix or King Kong. Oh my God, it's gonna be mayhem. Math ain't mathing. I'm with it.
We'll see.
I'm with it.
But yeah, this has been another episode of TV Nerds. I am your host, the Esoteric Child, and this is Gabe's Stomach. You know, follow us on our Linktree/TV Nerds. You know, follow us on our social media. You know, all our podcasts, all our skits, everything will be, you know, uploaded and posted, you know, within due time. So, you know, thank you all for rocking with us. And, you know, there is definitely more to come. So, until next time, stay nerdy.
Get this mic off me.
I keep coming back to you.